we were saying inside the meeting, okay? So no disrespect to the beautiful faces I see here. I just want to turn around and we'll let, is it okay? You see my face? Okay. All right, here we go. To the Board of Directors of Monsanto Corporation, good afternoon. My name is Adam Eidinger, and I am the coordinator of the Right2Know March for GMO labeling. I'm here on behalf of Harrington Investments and the Pesticide Action Network. Our resolution for consideration by fellow shareholders addresses serious risks associated with Monsanto's GMO crops, toxic chemicals applied to these crops, and the related civil liability these crops can bring. Our company's hostility to environmentalists and organic farming concerns over GMOs is fueling a major consumer backlash. The status quo of federal regulations that we successfully shaped without concern for the public's concept of fairness and environmental stewardship is politically unsustainable. Since October of last year, more than 500,000 Americans have signed Just Label It's campaign to the FDA to require genetically engineered foods to be labeled. Numerous state bills, as well as Representative Dennis Kucinich's Genetically Engineered Right2Know Act, H.R. 3553, are gaining traction. In California, a major GMO labeling voter ballot initiative is underway for the 2012 ballot. Furthermore, large-scale international protests against Monsanto's undemocratic control of food policies worldwide is expected this fall when people occupy Monsanto at hundreds of Monsanto facilities worldwide. In October 2011, at least 1,000 people participated in a 15-day, 313-mile walk from New York City to the White House to demand labeling of GMOs. Major organic brands such as Rapunzel, Nature's Path, Nutiva, Silk, Organic Valley, Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps, and Stonyfield Organic joined with groups like the Non-GMO Project, Food and Water Watch, the Center for Food Safety, the Organic Consumers Association, and many other groups, more than 100 of them, to educate the public about unlabeled GMOs in the foods they eat every day. The public was also made aware that the GE traits are either the expression of an insecticide in crops or resistance to weed killer, and that both technologies are rapidly failing in the face of the rise of superweeds and superpests. No human safety studies have taken place, even as this industry, including Monsanto, is moving on to breed resistance to ever more toxic herbicides, including 2,4-D, the main ingredient in Agent Orange, and dicambia, a potent neurotoxin listed as a bad actor by the Pesticide Action Network. This failure of technology is on the wall, and widespread public rejection is imminent. Monsanto should change course and bail out this sinking ship before it's too late. Doubling down, breeding resistance to ever more toxic chemicals so more can be sprayed threatens the survival of this company as well as much of public health. There is far too much to speak on in 3 minutes. In sum, Monsanto needs major reform. You don't have to go searching for activists using Blackwater contractors and mercenaries to learn what we want. All you have to do is talk to us face to face. Intimidation, deception, infiltration, all open the company up to lawsuits. People are going to speak their minds, and they're going to come here and continue to protest because they're fed up with this company. Monsanto needs to reform and must accept responsibility for the rise of superweeds. Contamination of organic crops is increasing, and unhealthy pesticides are being sprayed on farms all the time. Against the backdrop of previous multi-hundred-million-dollar settlements relating to GMOs, shareholders are rightfully concerned about the prospects of more big lawsuits to come. Now, if they let me continue to speak, that's where I'm going to wrap it up. If they let me continue to speak, which I hope they will, I'm going to get into the resolution. So here's what it says in the resolution. Our resolution is simply asking shareholders to be made aware of the following: ongoing buffer control, including production acreage losses and ongoing maintenance required to secure and maintain access to contamination-sensitive markets. What is the liability of this? Crop production and post-harvest losses associated with costs of market rejection, including temporary or permanent market losses resulting from GMO contamination. What is the potential liability of this? Loss of organic and other third-party certification due to GMO contamination, and any costs associated with additional record-keeping, testing, and surveillance required to regain certification or retain certification on impacted organic operations. Well water testing and groundwater cleanup if contamination is found. And lastly, removal and destruction of contaminated GMO plants. Also, pollinator losses and related damages, for example, to non-target organisms. Soil contamination and ongoing related mitigation and remediation costs. And potential damages to farmers' reputation, livelihood, and standing in the community. We need to look at all these costs and liability, and that's why people should vote yes on the GMO resolution. Thank you. It's nice to know that you guys have my back out here. I really don't think they'd be letting me in right now, and it is time to go. I don't think they'd be letting me in if you weren't here, if the media wasn't here, if people on Twitter and Facebook aren't talking about this. It really is about, the whole world is concerned about this, and each and every one of you represents thousands of people around the world who care about this issue. Maybe even millions of people, actually, each and every one of you is representing, because not everybody can just come to St. Louis, you know? It's in the middle of the United States, it's a far trip, and I'm so happy that you're all here. And now, I understand the program is to allow every person here to speak out. Okay, we got this amazing sound system. You can hear it, right? You can hear it? Okay, so, you know, a lot of people say, oh, who controls the mic? Well, everybody should have a chance. So let's who would like to speak next? Do you want to take it over from here? And but while I'm in there, I hope you're speaking out and or at least dancing to something. And I'll see you when I come out. All right? Okay.